from when I was about, I'd say 11 to 12 years old, like it was always like I got chucked out of school when I was like 13 years old, and my mother was always like, you know, you need to get into something, because like I was a terror when I was younger. Like the state we grew up in, you know, it was nothing at all for us to do at all. You know, we was always in trouble. Our estate was known as one of the roughest ones around our area, you know, and like we never had nothing to do. There was no youth clubs or nothing. So like my mother was always pushing me to do something like this, and because like I never had a father or anything like that. She was, no disrespect anyway, she never wanted me to be gay or anything. So she was like, because it was her and my sister. So like, and that's no disrespect anyway, it was just, that's what she didn't want. So like, she pushed and pushed for me to get into like combat sports. She took me to karate and stuff, and she never liked it. And this one time she pushed me into this like a boxercise class with a guy called Gary Gethin from Abergavenny, and he was a very hard bloke. Like, and I looked at him, and I, you know, he had the tough features and stuff, and I was like, oh, you know, I want to be a boxer. Like, so he was going to this class like every Tuesday, I think it was, and like he used to just smash us. You know what I mean? Just everybody. And I used to be like, how can they do this? Like, but like I was just going once a week. So like I was like, I want to do more. So like I was looking for a boxing gym, and so I looked around, went to a few other gyms, and I found one in Ebervale, just a local gym, boxing gym, old school as hell, pretty much like this one. Like it was like £1 to go, and I loved it from then on. Like, you know, like when I got chucked out of school, obviously in all I'd done in the daytime, I'd be watching videos. My mother got these like videotapes, and they were called Boxing. That's what it was called, Boxing magazine. And every magazine had a video, and it'd be like, my favourite ones was Rocky Marciano, Muhammad Ali, and Mike Tyson, and I just watched them over and over and over and over all day until, can you remember when the videos would go like distort? I watched it until I couldn't watch it no more. I watched them all over and over, and like I was, you know, I progressed really quick in boxing because like I had the love and the passion for it, and I just wanted to be so much like Tyson. I was watching the way he moved, watching the way he did everything, and I tried to imitate it as much as I could. And I got my Welsh vest then with it was a guy called Tommy Evans. He's got like Parkinson's or something, or dementia, and I owe him a lot of time, like, you know, because he was the one who made me believe that I could go places. And I got into drinking and stuff like that then when I was a bit older, and I just knocked it clean on the head. And I would go once or twice, and it was never for me. And then I watched another video then of, I think it was Ultimate Fighter like 2, something like that, and I seen like Royce Gracie and people like that, and I was like, they're fighting on the floor, and I thought once the fight goes to the floor, it's finished. I thought the fight would be in, but like he was winning, beating people, so I was like, oh, I might have a look at that. So I started getting into grappling then. I done grappling in a gym called Falcons Martial Arts. With them, I just done pure grappling for like 2 years, a year and a half, something like that. I didn't want to fight, I didn't want to do nothing, and somebody seen me at the pads then and was like, oh, you should fight. And I was like, you know, I don't know about that. Got into that then, got into the MMA scene, and I was doing quite well. And I lost my very first fight in semi-professional. Semi-professional then was like, you could punch to the head standing, but once it hits the ground, it was only body punches. And like, so that was good for the grappling side of things and good for the stand-up also. But I lost my first fight, didn't worry me at all. I got straight back in there, and I just went on a winning streak at semi-professional. But when I was hitting them to the floor, I was like, I want to follow that on. So I carried on going. I went to pro then, and I wasn't bad at pro either. You know what I mean? I had like a good win-loss ratio, and same again. I was like up and down with my life scenarios, like, and I went through a bad patch of like, I went on the wrong road again. Even though I was older and wiser, I was still, like, a lot of people use my toughness and use my reputation for like other things. Like, you know, I done debt collecting, I done stupid shit like that, you know what I mean? And it was just, I was going on the wrong road big time, and I was just like, I need to knock it all on your head. So I knocked on your head, I moved away, and I started back fighting again then, so go back into MMA again. I had 2 fights, and then things wasn't working out when I moved away, so I came back to my roots again, back in the valleys, back in where I belong. And I was just going to the gym. Just that's all I wanted to do was just go to the gym and just. I was working. I got a nice family now, and I was just going to the gym, just taking over basically. And then I started hitting the bag in the gym, and I was like, I think I still got a couple of years left of me, or at least a couple of fights at least. Some of the people was like, oh, you'd suit that being knuckle boxing, and I was like, and I looked at it, and I was like, yeah, that's a bit of me. It's like they can't shoot in on me. Like my hands are dynamite, and I was like, yeah, they can't. That's me. That's my sport. And I went in for that BKB. He messed me around. He was like, send me footage. Sent him the footage. Can you sell us main tickets? Can you sell it? And in the end, there was a David round. He said, knock up to Andy Bakewell. He said, he'll get you on our show. I sent him some footage of myself. He said, yeah, jump on. I climbed on board then, and and this is where I am now. Like, and I'll just take it by storm. I don't care who's in front of me. Like, when I let these hands go, I can't see many people taking it on the chin, But here I am, son. I'm ready and waiting for it.